So we have another round of things I've never had from Texas Roadhouse. I'm running out of options. This is literally probably the last one, maybe one more, but we've almost done the entire menu at Texas Roadhouse. I'm super excited. Let's get into this video. This is the only thing that I've actually had before, but the one time I had it, it was super cold because I had to drive it home. So these are the twisted mozzarella sticks that come with this marinara sauce that I've... I hope you got the joke. All right, let's try it out. The one time I had it, it was cold, so I feel like it wasn't a good indicator. But anybody who thinks that's a hair, that's cheese, people mistake that one all the time. Let's get first bite with no sauce. That is the shake of I'm not mad at this. Let's try the sauce, though. It's their own marinara sauce. Their sauce is the most non-sweet I can't do it. Non-sweet marinara sauce that I've ever had from a chain. It is very tangy. But it goes well with the twister. There's a little bit of like an Italian seasoning on this and a very basic breadcrumb. The last time I had these, the texture was so off that I thought they were like terrible. These are okay. I think there are way better options at Texas Roadhouse, but for people who kind of like to not order things that are crazy, quote unquote, I would definitely say this is a recommendation. I'd rather go with their rattlesnake bites though, but not bad. On a chain scale, I give these a solid 6.5. It wouldn't be my first order, but I definitely might have brought these to my table. And then this is not gonna not happen. So we got the big booty dinner roll. Has to happen. You already know the rating. If you don't, this is like probably, I could go to Texas Roadhouse and just eat this. Like, literally. So let's go in for that cinnamon sugar bread and butter. 14. You know? No, look. There's something about these damn rolls, bro. Let me tell you. That. I'm gonna make an excuse to eat it every single time. They come complimentary with your food, so they're just telling you to eat it. And I've gone to Texas Roadhouse a few times back in the day and been full before my damn food comes out because I keep eating the damn rolls. You never know. It's not bad. Don't do it though. The rolls get a 14 out of 10. They're gonna hit every time. And I mean every time. This was the most requested thing that I haven't eaten yet at Texas Roadhouse. This is called the Roadkill. So it's a steak medallion with mushrooms, onions, and cheese. And everybody said, oh, I can always get the Roadkill when I get there. Always get the Roadkill. The other one was steak kebabs, but I didn't want to get a bunch of steak. Also have to get the prime rib, which is also another thing. But this was the most requested, so I went with this one first. I paired it. I've had all of their sides. With their horrible mac and cheese that I wanted to retry because it was undercooked last time, so I want to see if it was a one-off, as well as one of their best sides, which is their seasoned rice. Absolute heat. If this is even remotely good, it'll be good. Yes, that makes sense in my head, but I don't have it. Let's just... Ooh. I wasn't expecting that. I was not expecting that. I was inaccurate when I called this a steak medallion. It's chopsteak. So it's really tender. It's like burger steak, kind of. A little bit of the mushrooms and an onion. It's really tender. I mean, like, you can pull this apart tender. But, again, it's a burger, so I expect that. That's good. I still would prefer to get their regular ribeye with the onions and the mushrooms, but that is good because it's nice and tender, especially for people who don't like cutting steak or the texture of steak. You'll really like that. And you get this B2 seasoned rice. This is... Yeah, man, hold on. Let me just throw a little something in here, and then give me a piece of this. Like, I fully expected to have to just pick that up and eat it because I didn't have a knife, and you can just cut it with a fork. So I totally get that one right there. Oh, man. That combo is stupid. One thing Texas Roadhouse gonna do, if they're gonna give you the to-be seasoned rice with some kind of protein, And that's the play. That is always my play. That is so good. The chopstick, I give an 8 out of 10. But anything with this seasoned rice, which to me is a 9 out of 10, that rice is just, it might be the best side of any of these franchises. For real. But let's try it. The last time I had this, it was severely undercooked and really bland. But I wanted to try it again. It still looks severely undercooked and really bland. But, you know, let me stir this up a little bit because it looks like it looks like they just take regular macaroni noodles that are probably like pre-cooked or something, and then they have a cheese sauce waiting that they just kind of dump on here. That's what it comes across as. And that's probably why it's not the best. That sucks. Oh my god, that sucks. That's like that's so ass. I'm gonna hold up. You didn't get to the bottom. Yes, I did. Let's get one more. The noodles are still like a really weird texture, kind of rubbery. And the cheese sauce is really bland. That's the worst mac and cheese ever. But can confirm that the roadkill, like, I might just keep this for dinner. So that's fire. Off of the country dinners menu, we have the grilled pork chop. I paired this with the corn. And I got the mashed potatoes with the white gravy. I never had the white gravy on the mashed, but I did have, and there's a gravy that comes with the pork chop as well, I guess. You can either get a single chop for $14.49, which is what I got, or a double chop, which only costs $3 extra for an additional chop. But since it's just me, it made no sense to get it. But it's definitely the better value of the two. Nice grill marks on this. You know Texas Roadhouse is going to do that. Nice job by them. Looks like a nice little fatty piece. I'm going to go right there. Fire. Yeah. Super tender. Seasoned well. That's good. Like, they cooked their everything. Their pork chop so far, their steak, everything is just cooked right on point. You don't want a dry-ass pork chop. That's a fat cap. But because it's a chop, it's a leaner cut with the fat cap on it. Not a fatty piece. And even with that, really flavorful. Let's try some of this gravy. Let's try some of this gravy. I don't even think it really needs it because it's good without it, to be honest. It's a nice meal. Like, you get the $17 one with the two chops, you're in business. We have the mashed potatoes with the white gravy. I remember these being good as far as mashed potatoes go, but they're too whipped for my taste. The white gravy on this is a changer, though. That's good. Let me just see something. I'll tear this up. Buttered corn. It does exactly what it says it is. And I ain't mad at it. But you get this chop with the seasoned rice and the mashed potatoes. I think we found our winners at Texas Roadhouse. Right here. And then go in with the white gravy right quick. Not really a get a pork chops at a restaurant type of person, but if I was, it would be this one. Chain scale, 8.5 out of 10. That's good. It's very good. I'm still prefer their steaks, but the chop, not mad. Ooh, man, that's good. Something I would never order from Texas Roadhouse, but that's why we're doing this video. We have the salmon plank. I got the 5-ounce piece right here. It costs 16 and change. If you get the 8-ounce piece, it's $20 with the two sides. It comes with this lemon sauce and tartar sauce. So it's like a kind of liquidy. I got it with seasoned rice because I'm out of sides that I had to get, and it's the best side. And I feel like it goes best with all of the different things. And then I got their fries, which I feel like fish with fries, kind of like a Long John Silver's. It ain't fried, but let's squeeze that lemon on here. I'm actually going to squeeze the lemon on my fries, too. Kind of give it that vibe. And then we got this lemon sauce. I don't want to break that. Also, they did remember my utensils. They were at the bottom of one of the bags underneath my dessert. So I apologize for the error. Texas Roadhouse, y'all are still a goat. That one's on me. I did find him though. All right, let's try this salmon. I've had really bad luck with salmon at places like Red Robin. I feel like Texas Roadhouse, if anything, is going to do it a lot better. A lot better. This is pretty good. Again, It has that same seasoning blend they put on the other seafood I had. Their catfish wasn't seasoned for some reason, though. Let's try this. It's like a lemon butter. It enhances the flavor a little bit. But if you're a person who's eating salmon, I usually don't think you need a ton of anything going with that. It's seasoned and it's planked off. Click on a plank very well. Compared to Red Robin, which was like eating charcoal, this isn't bad. But to pair it with that seasoned rice, it's going to elevate it. And it's going to elevate it. That's what it's going to do. That's what it's going to do. Listen, if you get anything from these videos, the seasoned rice is where it's at. It's where it's at. Salmon's pretty good. It's a little on the drier side for me. They don't give you a specification. Some people well cook their salmon. I usually, if you go to like a steakhouse that's more expensive, it's a little less cooked, but that's a preference thing. Funny enough, one of the people that I was with, when we went and we did that meal, the $1,000 dinner over at Eddie V's, they ordered salmon and they asked them, they said, can you cook it well done? And the waiter was like, I'm not sure if the chef's going to allow that. He did, which was nice, because that's how they like it. You know, at the end of the day, they like the way the salmon was cooked. Not bad. Let's try to fry. No, same person in that cart. I was over here. I think they're waiting for somebody, to be honest. Steak fries are my least favorite type of fry. I just feel like too much potato ratio. It more eats like a baked potato than anything, so if you get like stuff on it, it's not bad. Adding the lemon kind of woke it up a little bit and gave it this kind of Greek fry vibe, which you would get if you added like some feta and stuff like that. But the vibe, not entirely. This might be the first meal in a while that I think I'm going to save a lot of it for myself. I think I'm going to save the salmon, and I'm going to save the pork chop and the steak, and then maybe a little bit of the rice for the day, and then have some broccoli and stuff like that on the side. But really good, especially for people who like fish. Wouldn't be my first call, because I'm not a fish person at a restaurant that has stuff as good as Texas Roadhouse, but it's decent. I would give it a 7 out of 10 on a chain scale. I don't really care for the fries, but they're workable. If I had like ketchup or something to dip it in, not bad. I don't really care for this lemon sauce either. I don't think it needs it, but if you like butter on your salmon, I'd say go for it, but it's not for me. Also, for all my no bev people, I do keep one on me at all times. Schweppes was on sale. It was like $2.50 for a case. Anytime it's on sale, I'm gonna grab whatever flavor it is. My favorites are probably Polar. There's a few other that I do like, but this was my dessert, and this was their apple pie. If I can get to it past the ice cream. There we go. Their apple pie. It's still cold, which is cool. I think the pie comes cold too as well, which is a little weird. But maybe they're thinking if you have it to go, you take it home and heat it up or something. But it's a pretty big piece of pie. It comes with this honey cinnamon caramel sauce and some vanilla ice cream. Now again, pie being cold is a little off for me. I prefer my apple pie warm, but they probably did that thinking you were going to take it home, so that's not on them. I couldn't see them serving cold apple pie at the table. But we're in the car, so it is what it is. Yeah, that's weird. Let's try the pie first by itself. I can't even... Here we go. The pie's good, though. Oh, that's a good pie. Well, damn. Even though it's cold, it's delicious. I'm sorry. Yeah. Good cinnamon flavor to it. The filling is nice and cold. I can't get over that cold texture, but it's almost like... It is good, though. There seems to be a honey cinnamon in the pie filling as well. It's not just a cinnamon flavor or cinnamon sugar, like you will. The apple pie chunks are a little hard, but I'm eating cold pie, so I expect it to be like that. I can't really tell the texture. And then we have this honey cinnamon. Ooh, okay. It's just... Like, what am I supposed to do? Take this home and cook it? We ain't doing that. I'm not going home after this. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yep. Ice cream in here. Yep. Ooh, that's a good pie. That's a good pie. We're gonna just make ourselves get a little bit of this slightly cold filling, and then some of this right on the top of your face. I rarely, if ever, order apple pie at restaurants, but things I never had. This is a damn good apple pie for what it is, with this ice cream and this cinnamon honey butter. Oh yeah, I really like the crust, as you can see, because I'm literally making boats with it. But it's like a slushy in there. So, but the flavor's on point. If you get this at the table, you're gonna like it, guaranteed. Because if I like it, you will. I'm not an apple pie person. The real kicker to me was that honey in the filling. Really made something out of that. This is damn good. I scalped the damn pie. On a chain scale, this gets a 9. Highest rating I've probably ever given apple pie anything. So we've eaten on this channel. We've done this Texas Roadhouse thing on 3 trips so far. We've had most of the menu. There's probably about 4 or 5 different things I haven't had yet. It's just furthermore cementing the fact that I think that in this chain type of stuff, Texas Roadhouse is king. They have the best food in my opinion. The service is 9 times out of 10 on point, even when I've eaten in there, which I have in the past, but their to-go service is really on point. It's always packed, and they actually cut their, meat. I think it just shows in the quality of it. Now, I can't speak on behalf of every Texas Roadhouse franchise. This is the only one in this area. I think the closest one after this is in New York, if I'm not mistaken, or, further south from here, but it's a drive. Closest one to this Teterboro location, according to the Texas Roadhouse app, New Rochelle, New York is about 20 miles from here, and North Plainfield, New Jersey is about 30 miles from here. So in New Jersey, that's a lot. Miles doesn't mean how close of a drive it is. So if it says, for example, Manhattan, I can see the Manhattan skyline from here. I'm not joking. I'm looking right at it right now. It would take me about an hour to get into Manhattan from here. And it's about, from here, 10 miles, 9 miles, something like that. So just so you know, that don't mean anything. So it would probably be a little bit more of a drive than that. But as far as this one goes, it's always packed. Every time I go there, it's packed. It's really good. The food is delicious. You can find some. There's only been about 2 or 3 things that I thought were ass. The mac and cheese was ass. The catfish was ass. Everything else is at least okay, or just not my preference. Just to me, the other ones are just flavorless and terrible. So if you can get to Texas Roadhouse, man, we're probably gonna do one more go around, but we're gonna go and do the things I never tried before at franchises things, because again, that's what people want to see. I have no problem with that because I like eating stuff like this. And before I get out of here, I do have an old man yap sesh, as you guys like to call it, /rant. On the way here, there was a pickup truck, like a construction pickup truck, not like the I think I'm cool pickup truck type of person that drives like an F-150 as a fashion statement. I'm not saying that is a bad thing, but some people drive trucks as just a recreational vehicle. Other people drive them where you can clearly sell that they're pulling stuff. So he had, it was dents and all over it, so that kind of truck. He had I'm not joking with you, I tried to count them because he was stuck behind me, maybe 10 flags on his car. He had American flags, 4 or 5 of them. He had 4 or 5 or 2 or 3 Polish flags, another 2 Italian flags, and then obscurely a Minnesota Vikings flag, which was whatever. Now, I ain't got a problem with you wanting to have pride in your, maybe you're Italian, Polish, American. Cool. I ain't got a problem with that. You like the Vikings. Cool. Good team. But when you have that many flags, I was behind it. I started getting Final Destination vibes that one of them flags flies off because we're on a highway and it smacks my windshield. I'm cooked. So I had to go around, bro. But if you're going to drive with a bunch of stuff, just make sure. And again, I don't know. It just didn't look very secure. Just make sure it's secure because that's dangerous as hell. That's my old man rant, bro. When I see stuff now, I used to ride my bike in the streets when I was a kid like an idiot, you know what I'm saying? I see people now, the kids now have the fat tire bikes, which we didn't. We had BMXs, so we do tricks and stuff, but we didn't really do them in the street. These kids now, they do wheelies in the street on their fat tire bikes because it's easier to do on those bikes. So a lot of them practice their wheelies, but they're in high traffic areas just swerving all over the place, and my old ass is you gonna get hurt. I know, I try not to, I don't get mad because I know when I was a kid, I used to do the same, riding my bikes all through the streets and stuff like that, which I look now and I'm just old and I'm it's crazy. You're going to reach a certain age. I think it starts to be your late 20s where you start having a different perspective as like, now you're not old, you're just older. Like you have more experience, that you actually have generations behind you. As a millennial, there are 2 generations behind us. I have generations of experience at this point. When I say I'm old, I just like have an old man mentality. I know I'm not actually what people call old or anything like that. I don't think being 50 is old these days. I don't think being 60 is old these days. These days, I see 60-year-olds playing basketball and running around. Like, age these days, it just depends on your mental health to me and your physical health. I mean, you can be 20 and have the health of an 80-year-old. You can be 80 and have the health of a 20-year-old. That's just my opinion. But back to the whole point, I just think now I start to see things. Everything I see now, I'm like, that's not a good idea. Like everything, it's so weird. So when I saw the dude driving a truck was probably he was older, an older guy. I had to see who was up in there when I drove around. He was gray and he was older, but I just kept thinking like, bro, like you gonna cause an accident with this. So I hope he has some flags secured. Old man rant over. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. That's it, man. I love y'all, man. Appreciate it. We back tomorrow. More content, man. Hand signs. They made it to YouTube.